We thrive on nature. What would we do without it? But global warming is causing the Earth to heat up in this day's age. It is killing our surroundings, killing nature. But are we the cause? Are humans the cause of global warming? All of our energy that heats the Earth comes from the sun. This energy is called infrared radiation. What we know is greenhouse gases trap this long radiation like a protecting blanket. This bounces back the rays which have bounced onto Earth again to absorb more heat. Since the greenhouse gases, which are CO2 or carbon dioxide and CH4 or methane, are increasing, it means too much of the energy is being trapped on Earth, which causes this planet to warm much faster than it would normally. The greenhouse gases are being produced by burning fossil fuels, which are included in daily life to create electricity, such as for a TV, light bulb, or even a hair dryer. This means it can cause so many daily disasters in life, which will eventually give out to, probably, our extinction. Global warming causes can come from everyone, even farmers. The farmers use fertilizer and pesticides to improve the yield. This all seems very harmless, but in fact, you are wrong. First off, fertilizer contains nitrogen and phosphorus, meaning plants with a deficiency can overcome this and grow better. But sometimes this fertilizer can wash off from rains into a nearby water source, creating water pollution. This definition of water pollution is making algae and water plants take up this fertilizer to grow, meaning they need more sunlight to photosynthesize and gain mass. This means they take all the sunlight from the surface and all the oxygen in the water source. Because they have taken up all the fish and invertebrates will not be able to get the needed oxygen and die. Pesticides can be very harmful as well. Pesticides can kill other animals than the ones you wanted to kill in the first place, such as dogs and foxes. An example of these would be slug plants, which these creatures eat and die from poison. Another type of pesticide is traps. They may not be noted as much to be a pesticide, but they are very expensive and can trap other animals similar to the pellets and can cause them to die in the same, slightly different method. Poisons placed on plants don't harm creatures as much, but washed in correctly after placing the pesticides can cause humans to get sick. A better method would be to breed natural ladybugs and also to surround plants with pebbles, eggshells, wool, or deterrents, which are natural. Acid rain may not be a daily reality, but soon it may be. Acid rain is created when fossil fuels are burned and gases are created. Evaporated water in the air reacts with some of these gases and creates a weak solution of sulfur dioxide. Nitrogen oxide and oxygen can also react together to create nitric acid in the air. When these are in contact with the water source, it makes it acidic, and as a result, fishes die and other aquatic animals die as well. From this water, trees will take it in, and their growth will be stunted. Acid rain can also attack some building materials which are man-made, such as metal structures. It was decided to test these two theories to see if they are true. The test to see how acid rain affected plants was to take 2 pots filled with normal soil, put 10 correct seeds in each, and then place them in the same sunny environment. To see how one was affected by acid rain compared to the one with normal rain, one pot was watered with normal water, and the other one with a mixture similar to acid rain. After this, the results were recorded in a table to see how well the plants did over 10 days and to see how many seeds germinated against each other. It turns out that the plants watered with acid rain germinated faster than ones with normal rain, but then quickly withered and molted, leaving no trace of the plant except a yellow, white, and black mold. The normal one germinated slower than the acid rain, but had triple the time of life in the pot, showing that acid rain is a fact bad for the plant, no matter how fast they germinate at first. The other test for the buildings was slightly different. Also, it is important to use a stronger acid to speed up the time in real life to see how it react to acid rain over time. Then place mortar, limestone, and slate in 3 different small bowls and drip the acid over them. Mortar was the most reactive, creating many small bubbles that fizzed and popped, creating sound. This means protection is needed for mortar, otherwise it will slowly dissolve into acid rain, wearing it away. Unfortunately, it is one of the most ones used in construction. The second one was limestone. It did not create as big bubbles, but only created a small few, meaning it still needs protection, but not as much. Slate did not have any reaction at all, meaning it needed no protection. Not everybody has these opinions about global warming. Some people think that humans are not the cause, but instead this global warming is natural. They haven't even tested this hypotenuse in the past and present warming and cooling periods. The global thermometer records, which go back to the 1880s, show that Earth has warming and cooling periods for 30 years in each direction. The medieval period proves this, since it was warmer than the temperatures nowadays, and then they did not have the equipment which we have now. Based off of this, the Earth has started warming in about the 1700s, and human emissions have only been introduced to the public after 1949. This means if this theory is true, there would be a great acceleration that there is not. But this is not completely sure of, so we can't completely trust this yet. There are consequences to global warming. It is a thing we should be bothered about. One thing you may have heard of is ice poles melting because of the rise in temperature. Since they melt, they release the frozen water, and therefore sea levels rise. This means that lowlands will drown in the water and polar bears will die since they do not have the land to live on and to hunt. There will also be a change of vegetation, since the temperature will be too high for some species to survive and perfect for others. This means that some animals will have to die out or have to quickly evolve, since the species they eat may not be there anymore. Buildings will probably be destroyed since of the rising level of acid rain, meaning that money will have to be spent to repair and support them, possibly causing bankrupt. There will also be strong increases in weather such as tornadoes, droughts, and monsoon weather when it is not supposed to be the weather. The order of the top 6 pieces of evidence that the Earth is warming is so follows. At number 6, it is atmosphere warming. It is number 6 because you can't compare this to a long time ago, since only now scientific instruments have become better, and it only warms less than 1 Celsius a decade, so it is not as noticeable. At number 5, it is the disappearance of coral reefs. It is not as noticeable, but can see the amount of protection laws for coral reefs and how many videos are being made about them being destroyed. At number 4, it is the extinction of species. Through trackers and monitoring, the numbers recorded are going down rapidly and very obviously. There are many foundations to support our animals, so it is featured at least once a week. At number 3, it is crop failures. Crop failures are more noticeable since of the extreme weather, which is at number 2. Number 2 is extreme weather. It is rising throughout the world in different countries and is a hazard, meaning more people know about it and also the information is getting broader. Finally, at number 1, it is the Arctic melting. This topic is featured on newspapers often, and you could also see clear evidence of the Arctic getting smaller over the last decade or so in news reports, pictures, and also videos. It creates rising sea levels that flood lands and can leave many species of animals around the globe going extinct, meaning it is very harmful for everybody. Since we have the reasons of why global warming is bad, it is time to improve. Farmers could use a more natural fertilizer for their plants, and also the amount of pesticides could be reduced or replaced with natural pesticides, such as ladybugs, which are harmless to us and also pretty, but not to the pests. The government could also help by changing laws to enforce protecting nature, not just literal laws that we use every day, but water and gardening laws as well, no matter how terrible they sound. But not only the government and farmers can help, you can as well. By using local food or growing your own, you can reduce air miles drastically, since the airplanes will not put out pollution for you. You can also save water by taking short showers, turning off the tap, and also using rainwater to water plants you may have. By using less electricity you can help as well, such as turning off your computer when you're not at home, and taking your charger out when you're not using it. You can also support animals in rainforests by donating. You can do many things to help, but don't just follow a guide. Think yourself. In total, our Earth is a wonderful place to be and live. We're lucky to be here. In our day and age, we are alive. Let's not let global warming stop us from this. Don't be the cause of global warming. Preserve Earth.